This video will be about intuitive training splits. A few people have asked me in the comments about my program or my training split, and I think that I should make a short video addressing this. I don't have a program. I don't follow any specific routine. I make up the exercises, the volume, the reps as I go along. When I used to do weight training, I would constantly plan out my progressions for weeks in advance. I would make spreadsheets and I would say, okay, on this workout, I have to lift this weight for this many reps. And basically what that led to was me structuring my life around my workouts. So if I had a hard workout coming up, I would have to make sacrifices in order to be able to achieve these workouts that I planned for myself or workouts that I borrowed from other people online. But now as I'm getting older, it's very hard to make these kind of sacrifices. So I just do auto-regulated intuitive training. I listen to my body and I train according to what I'm feeling like that day. So the way that I do this, I listen to the soreness and also the fatigue levels. So let's talk about push-ups, for example. A lot of people recommend doing push-ups every day. Do 100 push-ups a day for 30 days. This doesn't account individual differences. For somebody, 100 push-ups a day will be nothing, not even a warm-up, just extremely easy. For others, 100 push-ups a day could be very difficult. They might do it once and then they'll be extremely sore and their body will need time to recover. So I don't see the point of throwing your body against a split or a routine or a program. The best way to do it is to tailor the program to your body, tailor the program to how you feel. Now, if you're a complete beginner and you don't have any experience with weight training or calisthenics, then you do need to follow a cookie cutter program. That way you learn how your body feels. I would definitely recommend at least a year or two of following some well thought out programs made by other people, or maybe you can hire a coach. They can show you how to do it. But once you've been training for long enough, once you become more mature, it's time to stop following cookie cutter programs and it's time to train intuitively. The buzzword is auto-regulation. So let's go back to the push-up example. Let's say that I am doing push-ups and today I'm going to do 250 push-ups as quickly as I can. Maybe it takes me 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, depending on that day. When will I do push-ups again? I don't have a plan that tells me when to do push-ups again. I'm going to see how I feel. So I do the push-ups on Monday, then I wake up on Tuesday, and I start asking my questions. I start asking myself questions. Am I sore? How do my tendons feel? Is it a good idea to do push-ups again today, or should I wait for my body to recover? So if that first workout didn't leave me that sore, I'm just going to train the same muscle group again the following day. If on the other hand, I did more volume than I'm used to, or I trained closer to failure than I'm used to, and I am sore that following day, I'm not going to train that muscle group. I'll just train something else. Or if I'm feeling completely wrecked, completely fatigued, I'll just take the day off. Maybe I'll take 2 days off, maybe 3 days off. I'm 37 years old, so I really need to listen to my body, because doing high volume, high intensity, high frequency workouts, if you just keep throwing your body against a routine, it's a recipe for injury. Some people have posted in the comments saying, oh, if you keep doing this, you're going to get injured. Now, if I was just following a routine and throwing my body against a written routine without listening to the signals, then I agree. It's very likely that over time I would get injured. But I don't train that way. I train intuitively. So, for example, today was pull-up day. I did 200 pull-ups. It's possible that I'll be able to do pull-ups again in 2 days, but maybe it's going to be 3 days. I don't know this yet. I'm going to wait and listen to my body. Sometimes pull-ups bother my shoulders a little bit, so I'm very cautious with them. I'll make sure to give enough rest where I know that another pull-up workout is not going to cause any damage, and also so that I actually recover and make an adaptation. So that's what intuitive training is all about. Scheduling your training sessions based on how your body feels that day. I do have some goals for how much volume I'd like to do in a week. With the easier exercises like push-ups, I can do it more often because they just don't cause that much damage to the body or to the muscles or the tendons. So push-ups, I can easily do it maybe 4 times a week, maybe 5 times a week. Now, other exercises like dips or pull-ups, because you're lifting a higher percentage of your body weight, there's a lot more strain. So those ones I'll do less often. With dips, I do it maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, just because when you combine it with all the volume from push-ups, it ends up being quite a lot. With pull-ups, it really depends. If I have big, high-volume pull-up sessions that last 1 hour, then I'll do it twice a week at most. If I have smaller pull-up sessions, maybe just do pull-ups for 20 minutes, do 100 pull-ups, maybe do some ladders, those I can easily get away with doing 3 times a week, maybe even 4 times a week. And I've noticed that as I train, my ability to recover is improving. So I can do more frequency, more volume, without running into any negative effects. Now, there is one other factor that I monitor very closely, and that's my sleep. So I've been training for quite a while now, and I've noticed that as soon as I start to do too much and don't give my body enough rest days, my sleep starts to suffer. It's not that I sleep more and I'm tired all the time, quite the opposite. I start to feel more stressed out. I can feel the cortisol being released in my body, and instead of sleeping for 7 or 8 hours a day, my body will start to wake up at 6 hours of sleep. And then I just don't feel rested. I feel tired for the rest of the day, but I can't get enough sleep. So once I hit this stage where my sleep is really suffering and I can't get the 7 or 8 hours that I enjoy, that's when it's time to take a week off. I don't do any deloads. I just take a week off of my main training, which is calisthenics. But during this week off, I pivot to other exercises. I'll do things like go for a hike, maybe go for a swim, go for a bicycle ride. I still want to stay fit. I still want to keep moving. I think it's very important for your mental health to keep moving. So when I'm getting too tired, too fatigued, I can't sleep anymore, I completely stop training for muscular endurance and I start doing just light cardio. And then usually within a week's time, my body has recuperated and I can get back to my usual training. Sometimes it takes longer though. Sometimes I have to rest for 10 days and it is tough. Like, the hardest part for me is not to train. Training is very easy. I'm completely addicted to training. I love getting pumps. I love the way it makes me feel. I also love the social aspect of it. Over the last 5 years or so, a lot of my friends here are from the gym, from hiking, from cycling. So it's very hard not to train because my social life is directly connected to physical exercise. But sometimes your body says, take a break. And I've learned that if you don't listen to it, you'll end up taking a longer break down the road. So to summarize, intuitive training or autoregulation means training when your body is ready to do so. Not just throwing your body against a written routine or a cookie cutter program, but rather using your body's signals and making a new routine as you go. Listening to how long you need to recover, how much volume you need to actually get sore and damage your muscles, and slowly over time increasing these parameters. The longer you train, the more work you should be doing, the more often you should be training, and the more work you should be able to do in a similar amount of time. Because I'm only training with body weight, I can't progressive overload with weights, but I could progressive overload in work capacity or training density. So let's say I'm training for 30 minutes, maybe a year ago, I can only do 100 reps in 30 minutes. Now I can maybe do 500 reps in 30 minutes. And over time, this number should be going up. You should be able to do more work in a given amount of time. That's how you know you're making progress. So that's a little bit about my auto-regulation, my intuitive training. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you very much, everybody, and peace out.